Continue our coverage of the Gray and Oregon road fires. We want to bring you more to every story and how long it'll take the burned areas to look like they did before the fires.
KREM 2's Christian Garza has some answers now as to how long that could actually take. Christian?
Mark, Whitney, long story short, that answer, according to officials from the National Weather Service as well as the Washington State Department of Natural Resources, is that it's going to take decades to get this area what it was before the fires. Now, I'm here at Silver Lake Bible Camp, and I am just looking at all of the different burned areas here. There's trees that are completely gone. There's burnt soil as well, and a bunch of these houses here just to my right are in the process of being rebuilt. Now, we won't show you those houses because we want to respect people's privacy, especially during this time. Now, when we take a look at the burned severity of the areas affected by these fires, which basically means how hot certain spots burned, it's important to talk about how these temps essentially bake the soil, which then in turn makes it harder for water to get into it, and that slows down the regrowth process. According to the Western Fire Chiefs Association, nature undergoes a process of transformation in the aftermath of a wildfire called ecological succession. Now, in this case, it's a secondary succession since life already existed in these ecosystems before the fire. Robin Fox, the service hydrologist for the National Weather Service, says the results of these fires trickle down and affect everything from wildlife to people in these areas.
We do live in a wildfire prone area, and maybe these fires were a little bit of a wake up call that everybody needs to be prepared for the risk of wildfires. And I think just being prepared is the smartest thing to do.
Now, for those of you who might need some sort of visual aid, Fox described this soil baking process like when you put clay in a kiln. So now the National Weather Service is shifting its focus to make sure that there isn't any sort of flash flooding in these burned areas, since water will just roll over the baked soil. Now, I actually had the chance to speak with Kay Peterson, the guest services director at the Silver Lake Bible Camp, who tells me that she was only here for 2 months before she had to evacuate.
When I came back, probably about 10, 15 days later, I think it was about when we got back out to camp, is that, this entire thing was gone. All the trees were gone, the house was gone, and then all of the houses back that way, with the exception of a handful, were gone.
Peterson tells me that she is grateful that the camp was okay because they are able to help all of these people that are rebuilding from the ground up. Christian Garza, KREM 2 News.